So this is my Jazza Dickens versus the Cacace bottom preview and bottom predictions for this card over in Ireland. But we will start off with the undercard fight, starting off then with a former world title challenger, John O'Carroll versus Colin Murphy. 12-round contest for the 5th IBO World Super Featherweight title. Like I said, John O'Carroll, a former IBF World Challenger, lost to Tevin Farmer in 2019. Also lost to Matty Hughes as well, and he got stopped by Batasiev, who of course lost to Jazza Dickens, who's on the main event on this card. John O'Carroll, he's got that toughness, hasn't he? He's got that toughness, aggressive style. Very effective with his right and left hooks as well. Colin Murphy, upcoming fighter. There's an age difference between these two fighters as well. And Colin Murphy, relentless. He's got that relentless work rate, great conditioning and stamina. And he's got that volume and output as well. And I do think the age difference is actually a massive difference in this fight for me. I think John O'Carroll will be best work will come in the first half of the fight, but second half of the fight, I do think Carroll will run out with stamina, in my opinion. I do think it does all the way to points, and I think Colin Murphy does beat Carroll here. I'm going for Colin Murphy to win on points. I do think he will outwork John O'Carroll. I just think Colin Murphy's style will be all one for John O'Carroll, in my opinion. On to the core main event, Piers O'Leary versus Mark Chamberlain. Great fight. This is a great pick-em fight, this one. 12-round contest for the 5th IBO World Super Lightweight title. Piers O'Leary, one of these upcoming fighters, isn't he? One of these upcoming fighters bursting onto the scene. Mark Chamberlain, obviously we saw Mark Chamberlain in his recent fight, stopped Davin Quinn. Then he lost Josh Padley, didn't he? And of course, he was in that fight, one of the Fight of the Year contenders against Jack Lafferty, which was a justified draw for me. It deserved to end in the draw, because it was an absolute barnstormer of a fight between the two of them. Hopefully, them two can day on them two. Mark Chamberlain, he can box on the front and back foot, but the only worry about Mark Chamberlain is just his defence, isn't it? Just his defence. He gets hit easy. And with Piers O'Leary's timing of his punches, he is going to have some success, Piers O'Leary, in my opinion. For Piers O'Leary, his best win is obviously beating Newman Dillon. So Mark Chamberlain's really faced better opponents than Piers O'Leary, so you have to give Mark Chamberlain that. Piers O'Leary, for me, has probably got better boxing IQ than Mark Chamberlain. He's an orthodox fighter as well. It all depends what Chamberlain turns up, isn't it? That's the thing. Mark Chamberlain turned up against Jack Lafferty, but he didn't turn up against Josh Padley. It all depends what Mark Chamberlain turns up. And Piers O'Leary, this is another step up for him. And this will be Piers O'Leary's best opponent so far that he's faced. Because Mark Chamberlain's far better than Newman Dillon, let's be real. So it is a step up in opponent for Piers O'Leary as well. I've got a feeling it's going to be another draw for Mark Chamberlain. I just got a feeling it's going to be another draw where it's going to be another close fight. It's going to be a high quality pick-em fight between these two. It's just like a Jack Lafferty fight for me. I think it's going to be a draw then, in my opinion. I think it's a very underrated fight as well. A very underrated pick-em fight as well between the two of them. If I was to say who is favourite, I would say Mark Chamberlain's still favourite in terms of who both fighters have faced. But Piers O'Leary is obviously one of these upcoming burst onto the scene fighters as well. And just like Josh Padley, isn't it? Josh Padley, he came from nowhere, didn't he? And he ended up being Mark Chamberlain. So it's a risky opponent for Mark Chamberlain as well, to be fair. But I'm going to go for a draw. I am going to go for a draw in this fight between these two. Of course, Pierce O'Leary is going to have the crowd behind him as well, so the judges may be fooled by the crowd as well. But I'm going to go for a draw. I think it'd be a high quality pick and fight between the two of them, in my opinion. And finally, on to another tough fight for the Jazza Dickens versus Anthony Cacace, 12-round contest for Jazza Dickens' WBA World Super Featherweight title. Obviously, Anthony Cacace, of course, a former IBF World Champion before he was stripped. Got that power, and accuracy. He's not that versatile style, wasn't he, where he can box on the back foot, he can box on the front foot. He can switch from orthodox to southpaw as well. So that's what makes him a very tough opponent, Anthony Cacace. A very tough, underrated opponent. He's basically an athletic cheat code, isn't he, Cacace? He's so athletic, isn't he, for being too big as well. He's very big at super featherweight as well. He's got high output, high volume as well. He beat Joe Cordina. He beat Yeewood, and he of course beat Josh Warrington as well. They are Cacace's best wins. Well, Jazza Dickens has that never say die attitude as a fighter in the win as well. Has that never say die style where he'll just keep on doing if things are going wrong for him. He's starting to develop, isn't he? He's starting to get better and better, Jazza Dickens. Starting to develop that win IQ. Defeated Batasiev. Obviously, defeated Yeewood early in the pro career as well in one of his early fights. And he's a WBA Super Featherweight Champion, Jazza Dickens, as well. And he is good at fighting on the inside as well. So both of these fighters love fighting on the inside as well. I just feel the thing with Cacace is the weight on the catch up with Anthony Cacace, because if you look at Anthony Cacace, he looks big, doesn't he? He's far too big for super featherweight, in my opinion. He's far too big, and I do think in his recent fights he has been only just made away, hasn't he? I do think he is starting to struggle to make that super featherweight limit, Anthony Cacace, which may suit Dickens, in my opinion. Well, Jazza Dickens, he's a natural super featherweight for me. He's a natural super featherweight. And I think that could be the difference in this fight. It's this the weight limit, isn't it, for me? The only thing that can stop Cacace for me is if he looks tight at the weight. For me. Apart from that, I do think Cacace wins this fight for me. I do think he is better than Dickens, in my opinion. And that's no disrespect to Jazza Dickens. I just feel Cacace is better than him. I just feel Cacace's style is very tough for everyone, for anyone, in my opinion. He's a switch hitter. He's a switch hitter as well, Cacace. And I just feel that could be all one for Dickens for me. But it's just that weight for me with Cacace, where I do think that weight you miss on catch up with Cacace at some point in one fight could well be this fight. But I'm just done by my eyes and who I think is better, and I think Cacace will win on points against Jazza Dickens, in my opinion. I just feel his versatile style for me will just make it far too tricky for Dickens to figure out, in my opinion. And I just feel Cacace's got everything over Dickens for me as well. The only thing that can stop Cacace in this fight, if he looks tight at the weight, and Dickens can take advantage, especially in the second half of the fight as well. It's a great fight though, very good fight. It's a very good fight. Jazza Dickens for me has been an underdog in most of his fights, hasn't he? Has been, especially against Batasiev as well, which is an amazing victory for me for Dickens. Amazing performance that he put in that one. So you can never count out Jazza Dickens in this fight for me. And I'm not counting him out. He can definitely win this fight, Jazza Dickens. But I just feel Cacace's first style, it's just going to be far too tough for Jazza Dickens to figure out for me. And like I said, I feel Cacace has everything over Dickens, apart from maybe the weight limit. I think Dickens will make the weight more easier than Cacace, while Cacace will look tight at that weight, in my opinion. So, but I'm enough for Cacace to become a 2-time world champion, in my opinion. So that's my bottom preview and bottom predictions for the Jazza Dickens versus anti-Cacace card. Feel free to leave your thoughts and predictions down below in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.